Hello dear students, everyone welcome to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. Yeah dear students, we have been doing topics under the series 60 minutes into 10 sessions is equal to 60 marks, right? In this session, you see already we have covered certain important topics, and in this session we are going to cover inverse trigonometric functions, right? So inverse trigonometric function, this topic has its own speciality. We can say it is almost some independent topic. So a smaller topic, if you know the formulae well and certain important models, this is enough. You can comfortably attempt the question from inverse trigonometric functions, right dear students? Before we go to the question, let us see the analysis of previous year questions in this particular topic. You see dear students, yeah. So I have divided the topic subtopics, identified subtopics are, there are 8, we can say problems, there are 80 questions in we can say inverse trigonometric functions. Yeah, out of these 80, you see domain based questions there are 19. You see domain related questions, 24% of the questions are based on domain. You can also say these questions related to functions come this, okay. So in functions also we try to find domain. So the domain of the functions involving inverse trigonometric functions, that is the point. Then range related 4 questions, simplification. So inverse trigonometry simplification related question there are 16, that is 20% of the questions are simplification. So these two are core areas dear friends. Then sin inverse of sin x, cos inverse of cos x, tan inverse of tan x simplification. Then tan inverse x plus tan inverse y simplification, and method of differences means splitting as difference of two terms related 5 questions, and equations, equality means equations, inverse trigonometry related equations related questions, then inequality related questions are there. So of all these you can observe here dear students which models take the lion's share. You see 24% questions based on finding the domain, then you can say this 20% of the questions on simplifications, and 24% of the questions are on 7th concept, that is solving inverse trigonometry related equations. These three almost took 75% or 70% of the weightage of the questions, my dear friends. So these are the core areas. Then if at all you want to take the fourth one, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is the fourth one. If you cover these 4 models majorly, most important part of the topic will be done. Of course after that you can cover the rest of the models dear students, okay fine. You see here inverse trigonometric functions, you know the domain and ranges of inverse trigonometric function, right dear students. Sin inverse x function, just take sin inverse x function, domain is -1 to 1, range is closed minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, okay. And even cos inverse x function, domain is -1 to 1, range is closed 0 to pi. Similarly tan inverse x function, domain is R and the range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right. Similarly secant inverse x, cosecant inverse x, cot inverse x, also you know the standard domains and ranges, my dear friends. So now as you know this, we will try with the problems directly. You see the first question here, the domain of the function f of x is ln of 4x square plus 11x plus 6. So first point is input of the logarithm must be positive. This is point number 1. Second, sin inverse of 4x plus 3 means input of sin inverse must be between -1 to 1. Second point. And cos inverse of 10x plus 6 by 3. 10x plus 6 by 3, this inverse input of cos inverse x should also be -1 to 1. You just solve these 3 inequations, my dear friends. The common solutions you take, it will be like the interval open alpha to closed beta, then you write alpha, beta and find alpha plus beta modulus. Can you solve this, my dear friends? This is very simple. You see you multiply with 3, -3 less than or equal to 10x plus 6 less than or equal to 3. Subtract 6, -9 less than or equal to 10x less than or equal to -3. Am I correct? So x must be minus 9 by 10 less than or equal to x less than or equal to, if you divide with 10, minus 3 by 10. This is one of the results, observations you will get from third one. So here to solve this, subtract 3 so that this becomes minus 4 less than or equal to 4x less than or equal to 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Divide with 4, minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to minus 1 by 2. So this is saying x must be between minus 0.92, this is minus 0.3, this is saying it must be between minus 1 to minus 0.5. What is the common solution so far? The common solution must be minus 0.92, you can say less than or equal to minus 0.5 is the common solution. Now coming to this quadratic inequation, my dear friends, b square minus 4ac, you see 121 minus, you can say this is discriminant is definitely positive, so it will have two roots. So 24, you can say 8 3. So you can write here, my dear friends, 4x square, you can say minus 8 minus 3 by 4. Okay, so you can say minus 2 comma minus 3 by 4 are the roots of this quadratic equation. You just see this is minus 11 by 4, product is 6 by 4, correct. So you can say minus 3 by 4 to minus 2 here, dear students, you can write minus 2 minus 3 by 4. So it must be greater than this and less than minus 2. Less than minus 2 is not possible, it must be more than minus 7.5. So and open interval. So the combination you will get minus 3 by 4 to minus 1 by 2 closed. So alpha value is minus 3 by 4, beta value is minus 1 by 2, alpha plus beta is equal to 5 by 4, my dear friends. 5 by 4 with modulus is minus 5 by 4, 5 by 4, 36 into mod alpha plus beta, 36 into 5 by 4 is 9, 5 is 45. 45 is the answer. This is all simplification, my dear friends. In this particular problem, what is the role or what is the key element that you have taken from this topic, inverse trigonometry? Simple. Input of sine inverse must be between minus 1 to 1, input of cos inverse must be between minus 1 to 1, except that this is all algebraic simplification, right, dear students? Okay, then you see this question. Find the domain of this particular function. Here I will give the idea, you can work on it. Simple thing is, input of the logarithm must be positive. What is this? The roots of this quadratic equation must be 1 comma 2, so it must be more than 2 or less than 1. Okay. Then input of cos inverse must be between minus 1 to 1. So x square minus 5x plus 6 by x square minus 9 must be between minus 1 to 1. That is it, dear students. So you know how to solve this rational inequation. This you take and even this you take, and you can solve two inequalities will come here and take the combined solution for these three. So I think you can work on it. So domain related questions involving inverse trigonometry functions are definitely very important, dear students. Okay, the next, again you see the domain of the function f of x, what is given? Sine inverse of mod x plus 5 by x square plus 1. So this, only this is the function given. This must be between minus 1 to 1. Interestingly, mod x plus 5 by x square plus 1 can never be negative. So you no need to apply this part. This is anyhow greater than this, and if you could satisfy this, this is enough, and x square plus 1 is positive. So you can multiply here mod x plus 5 less than or equal to x square plus 1. Now dear students, suppose x is positive, x square, this is x, so minus x, 1 minus 5 is minus 4, greater than or equal to 0, one inequation. In here you have to take the solution x greater than or equal to 0. Then second case, if x less than 0, the same becomes minus x. So x square plus x, you can also take x square, minus x will become plus x, 1 minus 5 is minus 4 greater than or equal to 0. In this you can take the solution where x is negative, my dear friends. If you want, you can solve here, and or else together also you x square you can treat it as, yeah. So mod x whole square, you can like quadratic, you can solve it, you can also do that, my dear friends. Here what do you get? X is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That means you will have one root is 1 minus root 17 by 2, 1 plus root 17 by 2. So greater than or equal to means our x must be more than 1 plus root 17 by 2. So a is that, my dear friends. A value is 1 plus root 17 by 2. The rest of the case you will get the second case only, and hence, my dear friends, you can say option C. This is a simple problem related to finding domain of the function. Next, my dear friends, so similarly you can see certain questions related to finding range of inverse trigonometric functions. So range in the sense you just find the range of x square by x square plus 1. You know well, x square by x square plus 1 is a standard expression. Its minimum value is 0, maximum value as x tends to infinity, this is less than 1, it tends to 1. Okay, it will never be 1 but less than 1. Now sine inverse is increasing function, you just apply sine inverse, 0 less than or equal to sine inverse of x square by x square plus 1 is less than sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. So it is multiplied with 4, so that you will get minimum value closed 0, maximum will be open to pi. Closed 0 to open to pi is the range. Okay, this is, we can say almost it is a functions related question, dear students. Next, the set of all values of k for which tan inverse x whole cube plus cot inverse x whole cube is equal to k pi cube. That means he is asking us to find the range of tan inverse x whole cube plus cot inverse x whole cube. You have to find its range, which is k pi cube. You have to find the possible values of k. So here, my dear friends, you can say tan inverse x, suppose you take it as t, this is t cube, and cot inverse x you can write pi by 2 minus tan inverse x whole cube, my dear friends. You know tan inverse x range, did he mention anything about x? No. So x can be any real number, any real number. So dear students, what about the range of this particular expression? Take its derivative 3t square plus 3 into pi by 2 minus t whole square into minus 1. This is the derivative. You see where derivative becomes 0? Cancel these two. T square is equal to pi by 2 minus t, one possibility. T minus pi by 2 is not possible. So I mean to say t is equal to pi by 2 minus t or t minus pi by 2, plus or minus you will get. So you will get 2t is pi by 2, t is pi by 4. At t is equal to pi by 4, derivative becomes 0. So until then, my dear friends, you just see at, if you put x is equal to t is equal to 0, you will get pi by 2 whole cube. So can you try to find the range of this? So at pi by 4 value, you see t value, t is nothing but, you see, as x is minus infinity to infinity, t is tan inverse x range will be, so you can say minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So t lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So dear friends, so when t is 0, you will get pi by 2 whole cube. You will get pi by 2 whole cube. And when t is pi by 4, my dear friends, pi by 4 whole cube is pi cube by 64. You will get pi cube by 64. 2 pi cube by 64, that is pi cube by 32. So pi cube by 32, this is pi cube by 8 actually. Pi cube by 32 will definitely be, denominator is increased even smaller than this. You will get pi cube by 32 you will get. So this is the point where derivative is 0, which will take local minimum or local maximum. After that, at pi by 2 you are going to get pi cube by, this is pi cube by 8, it will be here only, it will take like this. When you take minus pi by 2, you will get minus pi cube by 8. Yeah, if you take minus pi by 2, you will get plus pi cube, you will get pi cube, that is 8 pi cube minus pi cube, 7 pi cube by 8 you will get. 7 pi cube by 8 you will get. Okay, that means you see it is taking maximum value of 7 pi cube by 8 and minimum is pi cube by 32. So the range lies between, you see, minimum it takes 7 pi by, you see, 1 by 32, yes, and the maximum you are going to get open interval this. So here also open interval 7 by 8. In this way you can find the range of this particular expression. K must lie between these two, my dear friends. Okay. Next, dear students, simplification based questions, just simplification. You see here, given that, you see the problem is very simple, x star y is defined as x square plus y cube. Moreover, he has given x star 1 is equal to x star 1 star 1. Okay, then one of the values of this. You try, my dear friends, what is x star 1? X square plus 1 cube. That is x square plus 1 is this value. Yeah. So star of two numbers means first number's square plus second number's cube. So this is going to be x square plus 1 whole square plus second number cube. This is LHS. Whereas RHS, my dear friends, 1 star 1 means first number square plus second number cube will become 2. X star 2 means x square plus second number cube, correct? X square plus 2 cube it is, which is going to be x square plus 8. Am I correct? So my dear friends, if these two are equal, what can you say? You just expand here, x power 4 plus 2x square plus 1 plus 2 is equal to x square plus 8. From this you will get x power 4 plus x square is equal to 6. That is what you observe. So x power 4 plus x square value is 6 here, is 6 here. So 6 minus 2, 4 by 6 plus 2, 8. 4 by 8 will become 1 by 2. Sin inverse 1 by 2 means pi by 6 into 2, pi by 3. Pi by 3 is the answer. Simple algebraic simplification, that's it. In this nothing special. You inverse trigonometry related, what did you do? Simply sin inverse 1 by 2, you set it as pi by 6, that's it. Remaining are all, it is algebra only, remaining part, right? Next, you see this question. Fractional part of x is given, f of x is cos inverse of 1 minus fractional part of x square into sin inverse of 1 minus fractional part of x by x minus, okay, given. L and R respectively denote the left hand limit and right hand limit of f of x at x is equal to 0. Okay, it is limits related question. At 0 right hand limit you try, my dear friends, limit extends to 0 plus. X can be replaced by small h. So this is cos inverse 1 minus h square into sin inverse 1 minus h by, you will get h minus h cube, that is 1 minus h square. Interestingly, as h tends to 0, h square is 0, this goes to 1, this goes to 1 and 1 minus h square will goes to 1. Cos inverse 1 will become cos inverse 1. You can say, yeah, cos 90 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So you can say cos inverse 1 is 0, my dear friends. This is going to 0, this is going to 0, this is going to 1. So you can take out this part, no problem. This is h. And sin inverse 1 minus h, as h tends to 0, sin inverse 1 is pi by 2. So in the next step you can write pi by 2 into limit h tends to 0 cos inverse 1 minus h by h, 1 minus h square into this, my dear friends. So as h tends to 0, cos inverse 1 is 0 by 0. So you can go with L'Hospital's rule. So you can write pi by 2 into cos inverse x derivative, that is minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square, 1 minus h square whole square into 1 minus h square derivative is minus 2h by h derivative is 1. Now as h tends to 0, my dear friends, 1 gets cancelled, you will get here minus also gets cancelled, you will get pi by 2 is there into 2h by, you see 1 gets cancelled, you will get here like this is 2h square, here h power 4 will become minus, yeah, h power 4. You take out h square common and cancel with 2, you will get pi into h is cancelled root of 2 minus h square. As h tends to 0, 1 by root 2. So, pi by root 2 is going to be the right hand limit. So, pi by root 2 r square will become pi square by 2, this is pi square by 2. Clear, dear students? If r square is pi square by 2, if r square is pi square by 2, this is pi square by 2. Similarly, you find left hand limit. Left hand limit means fractional part of h is 1 minus h square. You can write cos inverse of, replace x by, you see, fractional part of minus h you have to write. Am I correct? X is nothing but minus h. Fractional part of minus h is 1 minus fractional part of h. That is, we can say 1 minus h, my dear friends. So, fractional part of minus h is 1 minus h. You have to replace x by minus h, you will get 1 minus h whole square it is, into sin inverse of 1 minus h will become h by, this is actually h comes out, right. Fractional part of x is minus h. So, 1 minus h into 1 minus h whole square, my dear friends. So, which will be, you will get cos inverse of, 1 gets cancelled, minus 2h, you see already its square is there. So, 1 minus h whole square. So, 1 minus 2h will become 2h plus h square will become minus h square into sin inverse h by, as h tends to 0, 1 minus h will go to 1, take this out. Here also 1 gets cancelled, you will get 2h minus h square will be left. You can take one h common, sin inverse h by h will become 1. So, you are left with cos inverse of 2h minus h square by, you will get 2 minus h. Now, you put limit h tends to 0, cos inverse 0 will become pi by 2 by 2, pi by 4 it is. Pi by 4 whole square is pi square by 16 it is. So, this is 8 pi square by 16, together 9 pi square by 16. 9 pi square by 16 is multiplied with 32 by pi square. Pi square got cancelled, 16 2 times, 18 is the answer, dear students. So, this is all simple thing. Here what results related to inverse trigonometry you have applied? In fact, nothing, sin inverse of, cos inverse of, simple calculations only, right. Next, my dear friends, sin inverse of sin x, you know, these are very, very important. So, you have to take the help of the graph to simplify this. You see this, my dear friends, A is sin inverse of sin 5, B is cos inverse of cos 5, then A square plus B square. Do you remember, my dear friends, sin inverse of sin x graph 0 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, this is x, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, this is the graph, 3 pi by 2, this is 2 pi, it goes like this. Am I correct? So, once again, dear students, here, yeah, let me take pi to 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, like this you will get. Its name is x, its name is minus x plus pi, this is x minus 2 pi. I want to put 5 means 5 radians. 3 pi by 2 means pi is 3.1, that is 9.3 by 2 means 4 point something. 5 will be here, my dear friends. Its definition is x minus 2 pi. So, x means 5 minus 2 pi is this. Whereas, cos inverse of cos x graph, you know, 0 pi 2 pi, 0 to pi x itself, this is minus x plus 2 pi it is, minus x plus 2 pi. So, 2 pi minus 5, this is going to be 2 pi minus 5, my dear friends. So, addition of these two will be, you see, a, b are given, a square plus b square he is asking, that is 2 into both are the same, in fact with minus sign, 2 pi minus 5 whole square. A minus b whole square into 2, 2 times a square is 25, b square is, you can say, yeah, 4 pi square minus 2ab, 20 pi, right. That is 8 pi square minus 40 pi plus 50. Option B is the right answer. So, this simplification is very important. Questions are given on this. Please recall the things. You see, sin inverse of sin 10, y is cos inverse of cos 10, then y minus x. 10 means 10 radians, my dear friends. Sin inverse of sin x graph, you recall, this is pi by 2 pi, this is 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, you can write 5 pi by 2, 3 pi, this is 7 pi by 2, like this. Graph is this, then through pi, then through 2 pi, then through 3 pi, like this. 3 pi itself 9 point something, 3.14 into 9 point something. 10 will be here. The definition is, this is a negative slope one, minus x plus 3 pi. That means this is minus 10 plus 3 pi, 3 pi minus 10 is its value. Cos inverse of cos 10 is bit easy because plotting is only multiples of pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. This is 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, 3 pi to 4 pi. Our 10 radians must be here. This is minus x plus 4 pi, my dear friends. This is minus 10 plus 4 pi, right. Now, y minus x. Y is 4 pi minus 10 minus x is 3 pi minus 10. You may get pi, my dear friends. That is it. Y minus x is pi. Clear? So, simplification. Next, dear students, the problems related to tan inverse x plus tan inverse y simplifications. You know well, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, in the sense very important point is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y cases will be there. This is basic formula is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. After applying the formula, you check the denominator. If the denominator is positive, no issues. If the denominator is negative, check both x and y. Suppose x, y both positive, you write this basic formula plus pi. Suppose denominator is negative and both x, y negative, then basic formula minus pi. Basic formula means this. One positive, one negative, that case anyhow denominator will be positive, that comes under first case only. So, this formula is very important. So, you can say, my dear friends, now you can try the problem here. Okay. You see, he is asking us to simplify 2 tan inverse 1 by 5, 2 tan inverse 1 by 8. Take 2 common, tan inverse of 1 by 5 plus tan inverse of 1 by 8. We just apply the formula tan inverse of x plus y by 1 by 5 plus 1 by 8 by 1 minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 8, which becomes 2 tan inverse of 5 plus 8, 13 by, this is 40 minus 1, 39. So, which is 2 tan inverse of 1 by 3, this is, right dear students. And this is secant inverse root 5 by 2 also. If possible, you try to write in terms of tan. This is hypotenuse by adjacent side. Adjacent side is 1 and opposite side is 1 by 2. So, this is tan inverse 1 by 2, my dear friends. So, you can treat the problem like tan inverse of 2 tan inverse 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 2. Now, you can do in couple of ways, my dear friends. So, kind of, you see, you can take this as alpha, this is beta, tan of 2 beta plus a formula you can apply, or you can try to find, first of all, suppose try to find tan of 2 into tan inverse 1 by 3 value. Suppose this is theta, tan 2 theta value, that is 2 into, suppose tan inverse 1 by 3 you take it as theta, tan 2 theta formula 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta, denominator positive, so basic case is 8 by 9. So, 8 by 9 means here 4 by 3, which is 3 by 4, my dear friends. So, if 2 theta case, tan value is 3 by 4, second case is 1 by 2, apply tan. Tan 2 theta plus alpha means tan 2 theta plus tan alpha by 1 minus tan 2 theta into tan alpha. This is 6 plus 4, 10 by 8 by this is 8 minus 3, 5 by 8, which you will get 2, my dear friends. 2 is the answer. So, this is all simplification, applying the basic formula, simplification related question only, my dear friends. You can comfortably do the problems related to this. Okay. The next, my dear friends, yeah, you can say this question. Given, my dear friends, x, y, z are in AP and tan inverse x, tan inverse y, tan inverse z are also in AP, then what is the relation, my dear friends? Given x, y, z are in AP, these 3 are in AP means, can I write like tan inverse y minus tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse z minus tan inverse y? You can write. Apply tan on both sides, you will get y minus x by 1 plus xy is equal to z minus y by 1 plus zy. Already xyz are in AP, these two are same, you can cancel. You will get yx is equal to yz. So, y can be cancelled, x is equal to z. My dear friends, xyz are in AP of which these two numbers are equal means the only possibility is all the 3 numbers must be equal, dear students. Then only it is possible, isn't it? The next, dear friends, yeah. So, the questions related to method of differences. Method of differences in the sense, you see, this is the question, cot of sigma n is equal to 1 to 50 tan inverse of is given. You try to split it as some difference of two terms. You see, tan inverse of, you can write 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1, whereas numerator let me adjust as n plus 1 minus n. Now it is like tan inverse x minus y by 1 plus xy. Can I write it as tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n? Yes. So, I could write the nth term as difference of two terms. Now, you try to apply sigma. If you put n is equal to 1, you will get tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1 plus n is equal to 2, tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2. The next, tan inverse 4 minus tan inverse 3 and so on. Finally, tan inverse 51 minus tan inverse 50. So, because of this method of differences, you see these terms, alternate terms gets cancelled. Finally, you are left with tan inverse 51 minus tan inverse 1. You see the option, they are just like numbers. You try to simplify it as tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy, which is tan inverse of 50 by 52, that is 25 by 26. So, tan inverse 25 by 26, you can write cot inverse, because it is a positive number, 26 by 25 you can write. Now, he is asking cot inverse of 26 by 25, 26 by 25 is the answer, dear students. That is all. So, simplification is the major thing, right. Next. So, the same kind of question, you see cot of sigma n is equal to 1 to 19, cot inverse of what is given? Cot inverse of 1 plus sum of even 2p, p is equal to 1 to, I think there is some misprint here, maybe suppose n, 2p means p is equal to 1, 2, 4, 6 like that, my dear friends. Suppose n, sum of the first n even natural numbers will become, dear students, yeah, you can say n square plus n into n plus 1, right. Suppose up to n you can write n into n plus 1 you can write, because 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus and so on to n you can write, because you can take 2 common, rest is n into n plus 1 by 2. Now it is almost the previous problem, you can write it as tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1. So, you can write it as n plus 1 minus n. Same kind of problem, you need to expand, you have to go up to sigma n is equal to 1 to 19. So, that means you will get tan inverse 20 minus tan inverse 1 you will get, that is tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy 21. So, that is cot inverse of 21 by 19. So which becomes cot of 21 by 19. So same kind of question is given 2 times. For your kind information, all these questions are PYQ mains only, right? So do remember, the questions are not at all difficult, simple and easy, dear friends. Then equality means equation, solving equation related questions. You see this? Let the inverse trigonometric functions take the principal values, the number of real solutions of the equation. 2 sin inverse x plus 3 cos inverse x is 2 pi by 5. So my dear friends, let me write, this is 2 sin inverse x plus 2 cos inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to 2 pi by 5. So my dear friends, you know, for any possible x means sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. So 2 into pi by 2 is pi, take pi that side, so cos inverse x will become minus 3 pi by 5. Am I correct? So I guess that shouldn't be, yeah, so 3 pi by 5, my dear friends, and hence you can find x is nothing but cos inverse x minus 3 pi by 5. In the sense, what could you just apply cos on both sides, so this becomes cos inverse of cos x is 1 function only, x is equal to cos of minus 3 pi by 5. Okay, yeah, once again this is 2 sin inverse x plus 3 cos inverse x, 2 cos inverse x you write, 2 into sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2, so which becomes pi, take pi that side, 2 pi minus 5 pi, that is minus 3 pi by 5. If cos inverse x is this, x must be cos of minus 3 pi by 5. So you have to simplify that number and write. Pi by 5 is nothing but, my dear friends, yeah, you know, pi by 10 is 18 degrees, right? So pi by 5 is 36 degrees. 3 pi by 5 means into 3, that is, you can say 108 degrees. You can simplify cos of minus, in the sense, yeah, you can say, my dear friends, you will get cos negative. You see, the input cos inverse x negative means the x must be like x is between minus 1 to 1. If you give a positive number, you will get a number between 0 to pi by 2. So actually, dear students, once again I need to say here one important point. Yeah, we missed one important point here. Cos inverse x is minus 3 pi by 5 is impossible, because cos inverse x range is 0 to pi only. This is impossible, my dear friends. The number of real solutions is 0. In fact, this is not possible, because cos inverse x output must be closed 0 to pi only. It can never be negative. So this kind of thought process is absolutely wrong. This is why I have made it. Generally, he also asked in a integer kind of solution, my dear friends, you see. So this is why cos inverse negative is not possible. Okay, right. So next, my dear friends, you see, the number of solutions of the equation sin inverse of step x square plus 1 by 3 plus cos inverse of step x square minus 2 by 3 is equal to x square, where x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Step x denote the greatest integer less than or equal to x. How many solutions will be there to this particular equation, my dear friends? In both the cases, x minus 1 to 1 means x square will be between 0 to 1, first of all. So dear students, so if x square value, friends, you see, so you just x square 0 to 1, you just add 1 by 3, 1 by 3 less than or equal to x square plus 1 by 3 less than or equal to 4 by 3. So its step possibility will be, so step value can be either 0 or 1, two possibilities. The step possibility, there are two possibilities, 0, 1. Sin inverse 0 will become 0, sin inverse 1 will become pi by 2. Okay. Similarly, x square minus 2 by 3, if you subtract minus 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3 less than or equal to x square minus 2 by 3 less than or equal to 1 by 3. So the step of this would be either minus 1, step this will be either minus 1 or 0. So cos, am I correct, dear students? So I mean to say, this is going to be, you can say cos inverse of minus 1 means pi you will get, and cos inverse of 0 you will get pi by 2. There are two possible answers for this. Now sum of these two must be x square. You just check what are the possible answers. 0 plus pi. So the x value 0 plus pi, one possibility, you see 0 plus pi by 2 one possibility, 3 pi by 2 one possibility, and pi is another possibility, sum of these two. The possible answers left side must be pi, you can say pi by 2, this is 3 pi by 2, this is pi, these are the possibilities. If x square is pi, now if suppose it satisfies, the answer is x square is pi, you just substitute here and do. X square pi means x must be, you see root pi, which is root of 3.14 is more than 1, which is impossible. Even 3 pi by 2 also impossible, because x is between minus 1 to 1. Now pi, x is also not this. The only possibility is pi by 2. If x is pi by 2, my dear friends, so means x square is pi by 2, that means, yeah, you can say pi by 2 value will be 3.14 g, so 3.14 by 2, am I correct, which is 1.7, x here also more than 1. So no possibility is there, so we can say that no solution, my dear friends. That too here one solution is not there. So in this way you can try. You see any problem related to modulus or step, fractional part of x, you just split into cases, you will get the solution, right dear students. Next, you see similar kind of question. Considering only the principal values of the inverse trigonometric function, given x greater than or equal to 0, tan inverse 2x plus tan inverse 3x is pi by 4. How many solutions are there? You just apply tan on both sides. Tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b, 6x square is equal to 1. So 5x is equal to 1 minus 6x square, 6x square plus 5x minus 1 equal to 0. Clearly x value minus 1 is 1 root, okay, and another possibility is 1 by 6. Two possibilities which satisfy this. And he said x greater than or equal to 0, you remove this. 1 by 6 you just check, my dear friends. So 1 by 6 means tan inverse 2 by 6 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 3 by 6 1 by 2. Will it be pi by 4? Of course this is pi by 4 only, no problem. So it has a singleton set, only one element is there satisfying that condition, right. So my dear friends, after equation related to inequations, inverse trigonometry related inequation means just like regular inequations, this is the inequation given. So cot inverse x whole square minus 7 cot inverse x plus 10, you take it as some t square minus 7t plus 10 greater than 0. So the roots are, you say 2 comma 5, so this is 2, this is 5, correct. It must be less than 2 or more than 5, am I correct? T minus 2 into t minus 5. That means cot inverse x must be less than 2 or cot inverse x must be more than 5. This is impossible because cot inverse x range is 0 to pi. So you won't get above pi. So this is impossible. So cot inverse x cannot be negative. So 0 less than cot inverse x less than 2, and cot is a decreasing function, cot 0 is going to be pi by 2 greater than x greater than cot 2. This is the possibility. Cot 2 you can say, yeah my dear friends, cot 0 in the sense I am applying cot, right, cot 0 that is infinite, right, not pi by 2. So you can take infinite. Cot 2 to infinity is the answer, dear students, okay. So this is how you solve, and of course cot inverse x, there is a restriction, x can be any real number, so no problem for this, no other restriction here, right dear students. In the same way you see this, x belongs to 0 to 1, the set of all x such that sin inverse x greater than cos inverse x, okay. You can solve like sin inverse x greater than cos inverse x means you can write, you can do by graphs, or this is pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So 2 sin inverse x is greater than pi by 2. So sin inverse x is greater than pi by 4. So sin is increasing function. Of course sin greater than pi by 4 means we can feel like, so maximum is pi by 2, right. So, you just apply sine, which is increasing function, sin 91 greater than or equal to x greater than 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 to closed 1, 1 by root 2 to, in fact it can be, of course x belongs to 0 to 1, he said, this is why 1 is not closed, it is open, right dear students. Next. So, that is all dear students. So, in a nutshell, inverse trigonometric function, not at all a difficult one, it is very easy, and out of all the problems you have seen my dear friends, domain related questions in which you require strong algebra solving equations and inequations, domain related problems, then you can also say solving inverse trigonometry related equations, you can and see other questions, tan inverse of tan x, sin inverse of sin x kind of questions. If you focus on these my dear friends, definitely you can answer the question from inverse trigonometry. With this stuff you can also attempt the question in JEE Advanced also. Mains or advanced, the same stuff is sufficient to attempt the questions, right dear students. So, all of you stay tuned to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya my dear friends. Here we will be giving all the updates related to JEE as well dear students. We also highlight, means the 10 sessions what we are giving, 60 minutes into 10 sessions is equal to 60 marks in mathematics in JEE 2025. Definitely it is going to be super successful, because you can get, definitely you will get minimum 12 to 13 questions from this set of discussion what we are doing, right dear students. All of you subscribe to, if you didn't subscribe, subscribe now and see you. Bye.